Good morning from State Adventures. Let's discuss some options for the holidays in Ecuador for next December. I've put together an itinerary that includes Galapagos cruising, as well as land island hopping, and of course, an excursion to the Amazon jungle. I will go through the itinerary with you here so you kind of understand the logistics, how everything works. But of course, we can discuss other boat options, other opportunities. There are so many different ways to enjoy the islands. It can get really overwhelming, so I'm here to help. Let me share my screen. I have personally traveled to Ecuador 7 times. I have taken my children to the Galapagos. We have done large ships, small catamarans. We have glamped in a tent. So I know the islands really well. I have been specializing in Ecuador and all of South America for 18 years now. And this year we have been chosen by Travel and Leisure magazine as South America's expert. So you are in good hands. Please feel free to ask any questions and we will tweak the itinerary and make sure it fits your needs and your family because every trip is different. So, Ecuador 2025 going into 2026. I started on December 18th. I know you have strict dates in regards to the school calendar, but the cruise that we found that I think fits your family really well starts on the 19th. So, we need to get to Ecuador by the 18th. So, if we do this itinerary, you would fly into Quito or to Guayaquil. It is your option. Both of the airports have an airport hotel. So you would land, we would meet you, take you to the airport hotel, you would rest and be ready for the Galapagos the next morning. So that is what this itinerary looks like. And we could look at flights when we're ready to kind of settle in on the final dates. December 19th, we will have a car take you back to the airport. And at the airport, we have a Galapagos assistant. Galapagos is a very protected archipelago, and there are a lot of rules. You need an ID card, you need entry tickets, you need to go through a special customs, you need to get your luggage checked. And because it's South America, every one of those things is a separate line. So it gets really overwhelming because you're not the only one going to the Galapagos, especially during peak season. It's going to be hundreds of people standing in tons of lines. It gets very overwhelming. So we have a dedicated person at the airport to walk you through all the steps and do as much for you as possible, like get the boarding passes ahead of time and things like that. Once you get on the flight, you're on the way to the islands. It's 2.5 hours, and you arrive. Once you land, the cruise picks you up. They have a big sign with your name on it, with the name of the cruise on it, and you are off to cruise the islands. This itinerary includes a 4-night cruise followed by 3 nights in a beach hotel. So overall, you're in the islands for 7 nights as promised. Let me tell you a little bit about the cruise and why I chose it. So it is the Infinity Luxury Yacht. It is one of my favorite boats in the Galapagos, actually. I offer it all the time. We have happy clients cruising on this yacht. It is very special because it allows 20 people on board, which most of the smaller boats will only allow 16. 16 is like a magical number in the Galapagos because every guide can only take 16 people to any site at any time. So by Infinity is allowed 20 people on board because they have two guides, which means that their excursions are much smaller. They are 10 people each. That is one of the smallest groups in the Galapagos. Also, I love it because every cabin has a balcony, which is really important because the Galapagos is a collection of islands. So you are never just out on open sea. There's always an island to look out your window. There's always some animal activity. So it's really nice to sit on the balcony, enjoy it. I'm very happy with so many new boats opening up the idea of having balconies because that was not a thing 10 years ago. And of course, the Infinity is a luxury yacht. So the cabins are very spacious. You're going to be there for 4 nights. So you want to be comfortable and it has all the amenities you need. It has internet on board. It has kayaks, stand-up paddle boards. They have multiple pangas, so you're zooming on and off the boats all day long comfortably. You're never waiting. And in general, it's just a wonderful staff, wonderful chef, and like I said, everyone that comes off the Infinity is super happy. So, what does the Galapagos cruise look like? You're going to be on board for 4 nights, and every day you have all of your meals included and all of your excursions included. You're going to be getting off the island, getting off the yacht twice a day using pengas or going up to a little port, but most of the time going on a penga. And you will have dry landings and wet landings where you're jumping from the penga into like ankle deep water. You will go to different beaches. You will have a land excursion every day, which is a hike, a beach visit, going to a colony of animals, or and a water activity every day. And that could be just going up to the beach and having an opportunity to walk into the water, go snorkeling from the beach, lay out on the beach among sea lions, or an activity where you're getting off the penga, going into deeper water to really snorkel, see marine turtles and dolphins, of course. Yeah, plenty of dolphins in the Galapagos. But what I meant to say is penguins. There are some really wonderful spots where there are penguin colonies. So very busy itinerary. I always call it an excursion, an expedition, not a vacation, because you are moving about all the time. But there is also plenty of time on board to enjoy the views, to enjoy sunrises, sunsets. There's a hot tub on board, and like I said, they have kayaks as well as stand-up paddleboards to enjoy. You will have plenty of opportunities to see all kinds of animals. And this is one of the decks. There's multiple decks on the Infinity. They have hot tubs that you can enjoy when you have some free time. So after your 4 night of exploring the islands on board, you're going to end at San Cristobal, which is one of the main islands. There are 3 islands that have little villages on them. When you get to San Cristobal, you're going to visit a tortoise sanctuary, a giant tortoise sanctuary. And from there, we will pick you up, as most people who will get off the cruise will continue to the airport and fly home or fly to the mainland. We will pick you up, take you to the ferry, and take you to the Santa Cruz Island to go to the Finch Bay Hotel, which is in Puerto Ayora Village. I chose this hotel for many reasons. The Galapagos has a lot of little hotels, but a lot of them are very basic. Finch Bay is not. And Finch Bay has a really nice location. It is on a private, not private beach, because nothing is private in the Galapagos because it is a national park. Everything is a national park in the Galapagos. But this one has access directly in front of the pool. There's a beach. So you have pool, you have beach, you have trails. There are pink salt farms around. There is tortoises. There is iguanas everywhere. So it's a really wonderful natural site. Rooms are great. Chef is great. So I know you're going to be very happy here. And it gives you access to the village so you can explore life in the Galapagos. I know you have teenage children, so I know they want to explore, walk around, lay out on the beach, kind of do vacation things, but in the Galapagos. So what I have arranged for you is 3 nights here, where on the arrival day, we're going to pick you up, drive through the highlands, have lunch there, take you to the hotel so you have the afternoon off. And then on the 24th, we're going to have a private guide show you around Santa Cruz Island itself. So you will have access to kayaks. We can go to another beautiful beach. It's a great hike to get here, a really nice white sand beach. If you are done with kayaking and water sports, we can change this up and go to the highlands, go to the cloud forest, go biking amongst tortoises. So it's lots of adventure opportunities are here, and we can discuss it closer. But you will have a guide and access to transportation to show you the best of Santa Cruz. Lunch will be arranged, and then you'll have again afternoon free, so you can enjoy the hotel, go to the pool, go to the beach, or go to the village. And because this is December 24th, 25th, this is a very festive time. I went once during the holidays and everything is lit up. There's dancing in the main square. So it's a very nice festive time. Ecuador is mainly Catholic, so you will see that and all the festivities here. And then on the 25th, instead of staying on the island, I want to show you one more island that your main Infinity cruise didn't go to, but that I love, and that's Bartholomew, which looks like this. It's a spectacular site. It feels like another planet. So you would go there by a yacht. It's a 16-person yacht with a guide, a whole crew, beautiful lunch on board, and they take you to Bartholomew. You go snorkeling, you go to the beach, you go hiking, you go climbing all the catwalks. It's a really fun excursion, very popular. So again, this is peak season. Whenever you're planning the Galapagos, even though I know we're planning a year out, please know we're already planning people's vacations for 2026 Christmas season. So Galapagos definitely sells out. So if you are interested in Bartholomew, if you are interested in the Infinity, if you like these dates, definitely a good time to plan ahead because they go fast because, it's a protected site. There's not really new properties or boats being built. We want to preserve it for many generations to come. So that is your Galapagos 7 nights. December 26th will take you to the airport and fly you to Quito. So now we're on the mainland of Ecuador. We're going to spend 3 nights here so you can get a gist of what it's like to be in the Andes. And I've incorporated some fun family activities. So once you get off that 2.5 hour flight from the Galapagos, we'll pick you up, take you to the Crater restaurant, which is literally an active volcano, and a restaurant sits right next to it. You can have a nice lunch there, go to Mitad del Mundo, which is middle of the world, which is the equator line, do some fun experiments there before we go downtown to Plaza Grande, which is the hotel I picked for you. It's in the main square, great location, great traditional historical hotel, wonderful service, and you will be here for 3 nights. And then December 27th, we'll show you a little bit more of Quito. Again, I want to not rise every morning at 6 a.m. and go on these long excursions. I kind of balance it out. Some excursions are closer to the hotel, so you're not spending any time or a lot of time in a car, and other excursions are a little further from town so that you can see some highlights, right? So on the 27th, we're going to wake up, have breakfast, and then our guide will pick you up and show you the sights around Quito, which is a gorgeous city. And then we'll do some chocolate tasting. We'll go to the overlooks so you can get some beautiful photos. And then in the afternoon, we're going to take you to Papayacta, which are natural hot springs. They're about an hour or so away from the city, so not far, but really fun activity for the family. Hot springs are wonderful here in Ecuador because there are so many volcanoes and a very popular destination. And then on your last day in Quito, December 28th, I really want to show you something in the Andes, something very traditional, and that's Cotopaxi. It is a national park filled with around this massive active volcano. But besides the volcanic activity, I love the traditional ranches that are around here, villages, markets. So you will get a really good glimpse of people of the Andes that live here. You will go to the ranch for a traditional Ecuadorian lunch. You will be able to ride horses. You can go hiking to the lagoon. There's a lot of activities that can be done here. It's very active, really beautiful, and it's cultural as well. So it's a great combination. Now, if volcanoes and going down here to the national park is not something that you want, we can also head north of Quito, and that's Otavalo region, which is the largest indigenous market in South America. So if you want color and going to bargain a little bit and just go for photography of seeing all these wonderful indigenous communities come and barter with each other, we can arrange that as well on this day. Either way, you have a private guide, lunch arranged, and a full day excursion for your family. And then our last destination, December 29th, we're going to go to Quito Airport again and take just a short flight, 35 minutes to the airport of Coca. It is the main entry to the Amazon. From there, you're going to your Amazon Lodge, which is Sasha Lodge. And it's you go there by boat and you stay there for all 3 nights. So it kind of has the gist of the Galapagos. So everything is included from all your meals to all your excursions. Except in the Galapagos, everything is very much prepared a year in advance. Everything is planned and they don't veer off the itinerary as much. Here in the Amazon, it's everything around what the climate is doing, what the water levels are doing, what the weather is doing. So every day you will sit down with your guides and discuss what's possible. Can we go fishing? Can we go swimming? Can we go in a dugout canoe? Can we visit a local community? Can we go to the, canopy walks? So there's lots and lots to see and do. Really wonderful lodge. One of the best lodges actually in the Amazon jungle is the Sasha. Very small, sells out very quickly. So we are not holding any spaces, but it is available as of this morning. And so wonderful. Look into it because it's such a great excursion. And I love the jungle. I go to the jungle at least once a year. There's always something new to discover. It's not just all about wildlife. It's about life in the Amazon. Really wonderful people live here, and you just come back with so much. So you'll spend 3 nights there. Everything's included, And then on your last day, which will be January 1st, Happy New Year, right? We're going to take you back to the airport, fly you from Coca to Quito, and then you can fly home. Pretty much any flight after 1 p.m. will work. You'll have a short connection, but we will make it work. Preferred to fly in the evening or late afternoon. That would give you a little bit more room for getting back from the lodge. But it's possible to go all the way from the Amazon all the way home. So you can be home by January 2nd and rest and be ready for back to reality. So that is the itinerary. I'm going to stop here. I'm looking forward to all of your questions. Let me know your thoughts and happy travels.